Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey you guys, so I just got back from dinner and I've been getting a bunch of messages that the video that I uploaded earlier today about GloRilla and her sister, it was removed from YouTube for some BS reason. They took it down. So if you guys want to watch that video in its full totality with my commentary and my reaction to the video, it is on Spotify. There is Spotify video. I am a Spotify video partner. So you guys can feel free to watch it over there. It's already uploaded. It's good to go. I will post a link down below so you guys can watch the full reaction, unredacted, untaken down. But the commentary that I had in the initial video, I stand by that commentary, so I'm going to go ahead and just re-upload the video with my original commentary, not me doing the reaction, but the commentary that I had near the end of the video, just because, you know, I feel like what I was saying was very truthful and it can help somebody who's also in the same situation as GloRilla or people who are dealing with entitled people in their lives. So once again, I apologize, but YouTube took down the original video. But you can find it on Spotify. The link will be down below. Everybody have a good evening, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, y'all. So y'all just watched that whole video of GloRilla's sister, Victoria, a.k.a. GloRilla, going off, you know, screaming, hooping, and hollering. But, you know, she also hit on a lot of her childhood trauma and what they went through growing up poor and stuff like that in Memphis. Now, let me say this. This is my opinion to all of this. While there were some funny parts, there were also some sad parts in what Victoria was saying. But when everything is said and done, this all boils down to entitlement and boundaries. And I think the big issue is some of GloRilla's siblings are not making proper choices. She already said that she herself was just in jail 3 weeks ago. They have another brother that's in jail. And what folks need to understand is people are growing and they have a brand. They can't have their brand attached to any and everybody, and especially if you're making poor decisions. I bet you she had called GloRilla and said, look, I'm in my last semester of school. I don't have money to pay for my books. Can you help me? I can guarantee you any money that GloRilla would not have any problem helping her sister if it had something to do with education or a medical emergency. But you call me about some jailbird shit, don't call me. Why should GloRilla attach her brand to a domestic violence situation? You know, and that's the part that's just really frustrating with folks, is that they feel like they're entitled to your money. And I've been through this. I've been through this with friends, not really my family. My family's never come at me like that, like I owed them something simply because we share DNA. I've never had that type of situation, but I look out for my family anyways, regardless. But it's like I've had people close to me think that, you know, they can make a poor decision and somehow I'm supposed to be the cleanup woman. I think the fuck not. And I think that's what GloRilla's going through. She's tired of being everybody's cleanup woman, okay? And it's like, for people to be so entitled to think that because you made a mistake, it's anybody else's job to clean up your mistake. No, you made a mistake. That's your job as a grown adult to figure it out. That's not GloRilla's job to bail her sister out of jail, to put money on her books. That is on her sister. You made a decision to get into a domestic violence dispute where you got hit in the face with a vase. That's on you. Why is that GloRilla's issue? Why does GloRilla need to send you money? If nobody else is willing to bail you out, why is that on her? If you're so close with your other siblings, why didn't they put all this money together to get you bailed out? Just because somebody doesn't want to be involved in your criminality or your bad decisions, that doesn't make that person fake. It's called self-preservation. Because when it's said and done, you have one life. And it's clearly obvious that the sister cannot afford to pay for anything for GloRilla. So why would GloRilla put herself or her brand at risk for somebody who ain't got no money, who ain't got shit? That's silly. I could see if it was a two-way street, like, okay, well, I'm struggling when I'm down and out. You have, you know, thousands of dollars to give me. She don't have that money to give GloRilla, but somehow GloRilla is obligated to give it to her. That's not how life works. If you want $10,000, then you need to be working for that money. If you want GloRilla to just hand you $10,000, how about you also offer to do security? How about you offer to be her makeup or her hairstylist or her personal assistant? Nobody's just about to give you free money just because you are who you are. That's just not how life works. Anyone, including GloRilla, who has worked hard to build their career, to build their brand, to build a solid livelihood, you don't owe anybody anything. If you stayed out of trouble and you've elevated your life and you've done the right things in life, you're not obligated to risk your freedom, to put your brand on the line, to risk your reputation or your livelihood for anybody. I don't care if it's a friend, a sibling, a cousin, mom, dad. You don't owe anybody that at the end of the day. And that's what her sister needs to understand. GloRilla don't owe you anything. Just because you made some poor decisions, that's on you as an adult to get yourself out of those poor decisions. At the end of the day, would it be nice if GloRilla bought them all SUVs, 2025 Escalades like she did her friends and her manager? Yeah, that'd be cool. But at the end of the day, it is GloRilla's money, meaning that she worked hard for her money, meaning that she put the time into her craft. She got popular. She worked hard for her money. So whatever she chooses to do with that money, that is her business. She doesn't owe it to her siblings or to anyone. Another piece of this whole situation that we have to talk about that a lot of people are not hitting on is the family dynamic. Like I said, as I was listening to Victoria talk, I'm like, okay, this is the root of the problem. The root of the problem stems from the parents. A lot of sibling conflicts don't come out of nowhere. A lot of times it is rooted on how the parents treat the children. Like I said earlier, the oldest siblings always end up taking more of the responsibility for the younger ones because the parents have to work. You have parents out here who will emotionally neglect certain kids. They'll overburden other kids. And then you have parents like GloRilla's mom and dad who not only did that, but chose to have so many kids that they could not afford to take care of. They couldn't emotionally take care of them kids. They couldn't financially take care of them kids or provide them the mental support that they need as a family. And this is why the family, like the sister said, is fucked up. And what happens is that this creates a lifelong path of resentment, competition, and insecurity between all of the siblings. And so instead of dealing with that pain, getting counseling, getting some type of therapy, what ends up happening is if one of those siblings, especially you're talking about 10 kids, if one of them ends up making it doesn't necessarily mean celebrity. They could be a lawyer, a cop, just somebody who's well paid or whatever, or who's good with money, who's doing something proper with their life. They're not in and out of trouble. Then what that creates is that they now look to that one successful sibling to help out the entire family. And they aim all of their vitriol, their insecurity, their animosity, their anger onto the one sibling that made it. So I want to go ahead and play this video of GloRilla, her father. She has a very close relationship with her father. So I don't know if her and her mother are just not as close as they once were, but I remember her father being on the Tamron Hall show and she was breaking down crying. And he said he was very proud of her. Whereas the other sibling here, said the father was a trick-ass dude and she can't stand him. So again, these parents played these dynamics with their children. Maybe he favored GloRilla because she was younger or, she's shown talent early. Whereas the other sister, maybe he didn't like her because at that point they seen that she was turned into a stud. I don't know. But there's some type of resentment there for the father and the mother as well. So let me go ahead and play you guys this video.
A lot of people are rooting for you, but one person wanted to leave a special message for you. That's my southern accent. Can't get the special out. Take a look here.
Okay.
I'm the father of GloRilla's, otherwise known as my baby, Gloria Woods. I am very proud of my daughter. She has risen from humble beginnings to going to the White House. I am extremely proud of Gloria. May she have many, many more days of success.
I don't want to cry. I love my dad so much. He like one of the closest people to my heart. I love my dad.
Well, he loves you. We love you. You deserve this. Oh, you're crying?
I
am. Okay, I don't want to mess up your makeup. You look too beautiful. Congratulations. You are everything I thought you would be and more. I'm so proud of you. We're proud of you.
So you see, she has a very different dynamic with her father compared to the other siblings. Because not only did the father leave her that message, let's not forget she also bought him a house. Even though the sister is saying it's the smallest house on the block and it's roach infested, she still bought him a house. She bought him a Jaguar. The sister was upset about that. So you can tell that there were certain favorites and certain things going on in the family dynamic that's causing this conflict between all of these siblings well into adulthood. So now let me also go ahead and show you guys GloRilla's response today, what she had to say to her sister's entire rant. So as you can see here, GloRilla took to her Instagram page and she posted this Photoshop picture of her sister in a FedEx outfit in a FedEx warehouse. And so she posted this with a laughing emoji, and it has over like 8,000 likes, lots of comments. Then she retweeted somebody. This person says, if I send you this, just know I'm finna beg. And GloRilla posted that. And then GloRilla also posted this. Indeed.com, basically telling her sibling to go find a job. Then she posted this from one of her cousins. Lena Harris says, all I'm going to say is GloRilla is a superstar, but she finds the time for her big cousin when she's needed. And she's been helpful to me when I've needed her. And she's offered me a position as her assistant, but my scary butt turned it down because at the time I had never been on a plane and was terrified to fly. She surprised me randomly multiple times just because she never misses my birthday, and she randomly checks on me before and after her fame. She allows tags on all my business posts, knowing that I'm marketing to reach and hire and teach more people. Then GloRilla posted some, looks like iMessages. She says, review, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. This is a long way from rice and cheese at the picnic tables on Don's Shine On Baby. Yo, smile big. Love you and congratulations. She says, thank you. She says here, hip hop hooray. Like he got to stand on that and his ass can't stand on now. What's your mama number? Hey, how you doing? So these are just like conversations they've had back in 2022. She says here, hey, cuzzo, you good? She says, hey, beautiful, I'm doing okay. Some shit, different day. Now, how are you, superstar? Just had to work when I sent you this. So basically, you know, she's hitting up her cousin. Back then, you know, 2022, cousin is replying. Here she hit her up, says, I'm good, just checking in on you. You need anything? And in this conversation, she cash apped her. She says, okay, send you your cash app. She says, thank you so much, cousin. And then here she's telling her happy birthday. Them doing a video call in 2025. She says here, hey, cuz, I love how hard you've been going for your business. I want to send you something to help you out. Send your cash app. So that is what GloRilla posted on her social media page. I don't know if she's eventually going to speak out about this, but I think her moving in silence is the best way so far. You know, let the sister crash out, because at the end of the day, it's saying more about the sister than GloRilla. So y'all just saw what GloRilla had to say. So now, if that's not crazy enough, do y'all know that not even an hour ago, the sister is now on TMZ? Okay, so this woman is clearly doing this for attention. She's trying to, I don't know if she's trying to be on the Zeus network, but she's definitely milking this situation. But now she's speaking to TMZ. We're going to go ahead and watch that right now.
Let's start with just your grievance that you feel that your sister has an obligation to share the wealth.
Hey, yeah, she got an obligation to share the wealth. We sat here, we struggled together. Took baths and bottles of water, rest, roaches, all that. Yeah, she obligated. Is them friends obligated? She doing everything for them. So yeah, I feel like I'm obligated.
What is it you think she's not doing for the family? What is the... you're making it sound like there's a real financial hardship. Describe what you're talking about. She's
not doing nothing. Nothing. She's not doing nothing for family. At all. She do little oohs and ahs for our parents or whatever, but barely nothing, because my mama still clocking the clock at FedEx. No, she don't want to work. Gloria got y'all believing this fake ass, imaginary ass thing where she retired them. No, she did not. My dad retired because his time was up. She supposed to have retired my mama, but she didn't. her mama still clocking the clock at FedEx.
Why does she owe it to you to support you and to support the family beyond what she wants to do? It's her money, right?
Because don't go on no interviews, talk about our struggle. You want to do that's not right. You don't sit here and talk about struggles, sit here and struggle with. It's not one sibling, you got 9 other siblings. She get her money just because she got plenty other in Memphis she getting money to. I got 2 siblings staying down there in Atlanta with her that she treat them like housemaids. Y'all keep on painting this picture like she's just a good person and an upright person. She's not.
So here's something that Glo pretty publicly did last year when your dad, you said he retired. His time was up, so he retired. And she bought him a brand new Jaguar as a retirement gift, right? And we saw this back in November. I mean, that's pretty nice to give someone a Jaguar, no?
Yeah, what picture of the Jaguar do you have?
I just know it's a white Jaguar.
What evidence do you have of the brand new Jaguar?
Are you saying that the Jaguar was not, she didn't actually give him a Jaguar?
It was nowhere near new. What evidence do you have of that brand new Jaguar?
There's an Instagram video
and
of it.
of course, she gonna try to make it look good for y'all. My dad over there broke as a mother right now.
Let's say she has $2 million. How much of that does she owe to you and the rest of the family of that $2 million?
She can get all of it like $2,500 a piece.
How much?
$2,500.
25, like that's it? Just 2,500 flat, or is that a
$2,500 flat?
I think she would jump at that.
I think if that's all you want, I think Glo might jump at that.
But imagine her being on for 4 years and not giving us zero, none at all.
What does your mom think about you going public with this whole thing?
At the end of the day got to end. I don't give a
When I tell you her sister is wild, she's funny though. I'm gonna say that she's funny. Zeus Network gonna be calling her. Poor GloRilla. They're gonna be putting her on somebody's That's Now TV. She's clearly looking for attention. She wants to go viral. The fact that she's now on TMZ, you can't make this shit up. When people show you who they are, believe them. Because see, what this woman is doing, the vibes I'm getting from the sister, I'm getting very narcissistic vibes. Because she feels like she's entitled to her money because they grew up together, they were poor and everything else. The way you will find out how real somebody rocks with you is the second you tell them no. I can bet you any money GloRilla has done stuff for the family. Maybe not what they wanted or what they expected, but she's looked out for them in some way, shape, or form. But the second she told them no, she became enemy number 1. That's what people do. When people ask you for stuff and you tell them no, they will go around and back talk you to everybody. Anybody who listen, they'll tell them you're not shit, fuck you, and this and that, simply because you told them no. Not because you fucked their baby daddy, not because you beat their kids' ass, but because you told them no. They will literally down talk you and talk so horribly about you and forget all the stuff that you've done for them. And that's the vibe I'm getting from the sister. And all those people that are around her instigating this, that's what you call flying monkeys. Flying monkeys are people who help narcissists and they feed that narcissistic energy. Because, of course, the flying monkeys are hoping that eventually, maybe this girl will get on Zeus and there'll be something in it for them. They're also the people who are going to egg on the narcissist to continue the attacks. But see, real people can see through a narcissist's bullshit. If somebody is coming to you to talk shit about somebody else that they're supposedly close with, that was either a friend or a sibling, at some point you're going to think to yourself, if you can talk down about this person who I know you fuck with heavy, who I know helped you out at one point in time, bitch, you not going to have no loyalty towards me. But see, flying monkeys don't look at it like that. They always think that they're going to be the exception to the rule. And then what happens is that they then get burnt in return by the narcissist. It's his tale as old as time. So I would tell GloRilla, keep your distance. You don't owe nobody nothing. If you feel it in your heart to help your siblings, so be it. If you feel to pick and choose what siblings you want to help, that is your business. If you feel like I'm not giving this girl one red cent, that is also your business and your right. Nobody's entitled to your money. Nobody's entitled to your brand. Nobody's entitled to shit that you worked hard for. If they want money, they can get their ass up off the couch and go work. You got way too many people out here who think that they're too good to work a 9 to 5. What's wrong with door dashing? What's wrong with working at FedEx? It's legitimate money. But the problem is people want fast money. They want a champagne lifestyle, but they got beer pockets. Well, unless you're willing to work hard for it, that's just not how life works. And don't nobody owe you shit. So I would say that GloRilla needs to stay away from this particular sister, especially because she comes off as unhinged to me. She's funny, but she's very unhinged. So I suggest GloRilla stay away from her, because when people get to this point where they're bringing stuff to social media and they're crashing out and, you know, calling anybody who will listen to their bullshit, that lets you know that that's somebody you don't need to deal with, you don't need in your life. Block her number and keep it fucking moving. Clearly, this woman is unhinged. She's entitled. And unfortunately, when you're successful, it brings out the inner demons in some people. And unfortunately, success makes you a target. So you have to be really careful with who you allow in your inner circle, who you allow around you. And like I said before, when people show you who they are, cut them off with no apologies and keep them moving. Especially if they can talk bad about you to people when you've done stuff for them, cut them off, move around. It's not worth it to keep that type of energy around you. Just, you know, keep the peace. Absolutely not. Boundaries are not betrayal. Protecting yourself and your peace is not selfish. And nobody, I don't care if you're a celebrity, an influencer, a regular person, you know, who works a 9 to 5, who makes, you know, good money, you don't owe anybody anything. You're not required to destroy your life, your reputation, your brand to help pull somebody else up by the bootstraps who's unappreciative and don't want to do for themselves. I think this whole situation is sad. I think this entire family needs therapy. They need counseling. You know, they need help. One thing that folks don't understand is that jealousy and resentment doesn't just destroy the person that you're trying to ruin. A lot of times it doesn't do anything to them. It ends up destroying you in the long run. When you're carrying all this animosity and anger and hate in your heart, especially to somebody who didn't do anything to you, that you just feel that you're entitled to their money, is insane. So I'm glad that GloRilla is taking the high road, you know, posting memes, clowning her, and just keeping it quiet. You know what I'm saying? Let her look like the fool. Let her clown online, because the real recognize real, and real people see what she's trying to do. She's going through a narcissistic breakdown. She has a bunch of flying monkeys around her to gas her up. But when it's all said and done, a lot of people ain't really gonna fuck with her like that, because again, if you can go in on your sister like that, what's gonna stop you from going in on me like that? So, tea sippers, let's go ahead and get the conversation popping. I look forward to reading y'all's comments down below. I'm sorry I had to redo the video. I was too tired yesterday to do the commentary, but y'all asked for it. Here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. Do you feel like the sister is wrong for what she did for blasting GloRilla? And like I said, I understand the sister and the whole family has been through a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of trauma and stuff like that. But do you feel like she's still wrong regardless of that trauma? Or do you feel like GloRilla is wrong and she needs to get her family out the hood and she needs to take care of all 10 of her siblings? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Make sure you guys hit this video with a like. Feel free to share the video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.